In Austin, I saw, pause, my eyes crawled to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Throw dice and woes of life. Love deprived, looking her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear, clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining in grain, rekindling the flame. Closer she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose. In paradise, we know what our worth is. In paradise, we manifest dreams. In paradise, truth is what you conceive.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to this edition of the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark, and today we normally, since it is Wednesday, we would be at Ned's, but I'm waiting on some equipment delivery, so today we're not at Ned's, and of course it is Wings Wednesday there, and I'm really missing my wings, and then I got introduced to their dry rub French fries a couple weeks ago. Those things were absolutely delicious. But Ned's, 7301 North May, you can call 405-242-6100. Of course, they are closed on Mondays, but Tuesday and Wednesdays they're open from 11 to 12, and then Fridays they're open from 11 to 2, Saturdays 10:30 to 2, Sundays 10:30 to 3, because they open a little early because of brunch. And if you've never had their brunch, it is absolutely fantastic. And then, of course, tomorrow is the fried chicken, liver, and gizzards that they have every Thursday. So I think that I'll probably need to go by there one of these Thursdays because, boy, their bread, oh, my God, those rolls are simply fantastic. And then with the gravy mixed along with it, it's great. And then also for any catering, they have exceptional food. They are just, wonderful. You can call for any catering needs that you might have for all occasions. That 405-810-0208. That is 405-810-0208. And I suggest that you go by there today because it is Wings Wednesday. And I'm just sad that I'm not there today to do that, but I may go by tomorrow, even if they don't have wings. I may go by tomorrow. Excuse me. I may go by tomorrow and just order wings anyway. Or, man, they got so much good food. That fried chicken fried steak. Oh, yum, 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 yum. But anyway, we'll figure all that out. But like I said, I am waiting on some new equipment because, like I said, we are doing a bunch of new different things that we are trying to make the show that much better for your enjoyment, easier for us to go out and do remotes and things like that. So we're slowly growing, getting better and better and better. And I appreciate you guys' patience, and for all of you all who have given me your input about how to make things better, how I can improve, how we can improve. I appreciate that and appreciate everything you're doing. And of course, I got a Kobe hat today because I watched the Redeem Team on Netflix the other night. And so anyway, I've got my USA jersey stored and my warm-up in jersey behind me. But anyway, I thought it was very good. And just to see Kobe, him being in the video or him being in the documentary, it was fantastic, and I really enjoyed it, and I highly recommend that you watch the Redeem Team. Drew Henthorne and I of HuskerDrewPicks.com, we had a discussion on who we thought was better, the 92 team or the Redeem Team. And when I look at that Redeem Team, I'm like, yeah, you had D-Wade, and you had LeBron, and you had Carmelo, and you had Kobe, but I don't know if in their primes, who would I rather have? The 92 team clearly would just smash them. But everybody has to remember that those guys were a little older. But on the other side of that, the 1992 team, Michael was still young. Okay, he was still in his prime. So the original Dream Team, they would have had their hands full, and Kobe and Michael would have went at it. But I just don't know how well the '08 or the Redeem team would have stood up against the old school. And a lot of the problem that I have with people today, the youth today, is that guys, they forget their history. They forget the older guys who came before us. They forget, how much these guys meant or how good these guys were, because it's all about now. There was no social media. Like, you couldn't, if they had video of Dr. J back in Rucker Park when he was, just the king of New York. If you had videos of that, if you had him playing back in the day, if you had videos of Jerry West, so you could see how good he was, or Pete Maravich, I could go on and on and on and on and on about a lot of these guys in the past and how good they were. And everybody talks about, oh, well, could these guys have played today? Great players, and this is what I said: when you're the greatest of all time, you can play in any era. It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant. You can play in any era. It doesn't matter. You're still going to dominate in that era. And that's why I said I can't give LeBron the nod, because, A, he does not play all the games. He takes games off. If you're the greatest of all time, you're playing every game, because being the greatest, there's people who can't afford to play games or can't afford to be at games. So they get this kid gets one time a year that he gets to go to a game, and if you're his favorite player, you don't show up to play, because you're taking times off. Why? Because LeBron has one goal. He wants to have he is a record seeker. He wants records. That's what he does. He wants to be the greatest scorer of all time. He wants to be he wants to have all these records. That's what he's about. So in order to do that, he has to play less games in order to do that. That's what LeBron does. If you're the greatest, like Kobe and Michael and all those guys, they played every game. You don't take games off. They're like, oh, well, he played in playoffs, all that. Forget all that nonsense. Okay? If you're the greatest, you have to be there to be the ambassador of the game. If you're the greatest, you don't take times off. I can't tell you how many times that he has not showed up in Oklahoma City. Go back and look at how many games he's actually played here. How many games he's actually showed up where he was here. So, there's a lot of LeBron fans here. I'm like, why are you a LeBron fan? He don't even show. He don't even give you enough respect to come play in Oklahoma City. So how do you even, whatever. I'm not gonna get on my high horse about it, even though I just did. I'm gonna get off of it. That being said, the U.S. women's national team yesterday lost 2-0 to Spain. This is our second straight defeat. We lost to England 2-1, and then, of course, we were shut out by Spain. So I'm not sure if our younger players were, because we are young. It's like the men's national team. They're so young, and you're playing against women who have experience and who are older. So I'm not sure how that's looking for the USA team right now. And quite frankly, I'm a little worried about the future. But they are young, and you have to blend in all these younger players, and they're playing against teams that have older players and have been playing for a while. So that in itself makes a huge, huge, huge difference on the outcome of things. And so to me, it's a little bit difficult to judge where our women's soccer team is, and I'm going to have to get somebody on to talk about that. And like I said, we're going to expand into having more guests, and plus we're getting to the point now where we're going to have call-ins where you can call in and you can ask me questions and things like that. So we're getting there little by little, and I appreciate, like I said many times, I appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate your insight into different things that you're offering me to help us get better and what we're doing here on the Unpopular Hour, and of course our other show, After the Storm, OKC Thunder post game analysis. Which our first game is next Wednesday, the 19th, a week from today. Is our first game of the season. The NBA season starts already, and it's crazy. And like I said, November, I cannot wait. You're going to have Major League Baseball World Series. You're going to have NBA in full swing. You're going to have the NFL kind of winding down and all the playoffs being more, what's the word I want to look for? There's going to be more, we're going to have a better picture of who's going to be the top seeds, where, who's playing what. So I'm excited about what we have or what's coming up in the future. So anyway, I'm really pumped up about that. And speaking of Major League Baseball, last night the Guardians lost to the Yankees, and what a great game that was. And the Padres, of course, the little sisters, little brothers, whatever, to our LA Dodgers. The Dodgers took care of business last night. Great game that was between the Dodgers and the Padres. And the Guardians and Yankees was a pretty good game, but the Yankees sealed it and put it away. And then, of course, the Phillies and the Braves, and then the Mariners and the Stros. And can I tell you right now, I know my guy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com is not happy. I hope we were going to get him on today, but we didn't have him on yesterday, and I don't know if Drew is going to make it on today. But we shall see if he comes on. But anyway, what a great game it was. The Braves throwing their ace. I thought that, they would win that first game. The Phillies had did everything that they needed to do, but Bryce Harper's playing well. The Phillies are doing everything that they need to do to come out, and they shocked the Braves getting that first W. And, it's hard when you're playing people in your own division. So you know each other well. Pitchers, everybody knows each other, and it's very, very difficult. Now, the game last night between the Stros and the Mariners, I don't know if you guys saw that last night, but the three-run walk-off home run last night, oh, my God, because we were sitting there, we were at Cats last night during Singo, and the little girl who was doing the Singo got kind of mad at me because she was bringing my, first of all, I can't see it's too dark in there, I can't really see the words. I mean, the song, I knew the songs, but I couldn't read them on the deal. Plus, the game was so good. I was sitting there too busy watching the game. And finally, I was like, here, Maya, whatever y'all do, my card for me, I'm trying to watch this game. And what a great game it was, the walk-off for the Stros in the ninth. I mean, down 7-5, and a 3-run homer for them to win it. And I'm going to say this right now. The crowds last night were outstanding at the Yankees and the Dodgers and the Braves and the Stros. And I was just in Houston this past weekend. Man, that watermelon sweet tea is so good. Anyway, I was in Houston, and everybody was all pumped up about the Stros and the game that was coming up. And, I was talking to some people about it. I'm like, well, what do you think? And they're all the Stros. And I'm going to tell you this, Minute Maid Park is absolutely fantastic. What a beautiful place to watch a baseball game. And I saw Madonna live in concert there, and she was absolutely amazing. But anyway, what a great venue, and it was packed. And it's just I don't really watch baseball until the playoffs. Because it's just so many freaking games. I don't know what it is. I just don't watch it. But when it comes to the playoffs, I watch baseball. And then with basketball and NBA, I watch certain teams, certain games, I don't watch all 82 games, but now I will have to because I'm doing a Thunder post-game analysis, so I will be watching all of the Thunder games, and, of course, I've got to watch the other games so that I can kind of get a feel for what's happening. But that being said, it's something about postseason baseball. I just don't know what it is. It just doesn't – like with the NFL – there's only 17 games or whatever, so you're invested into NFL almost every week because every game really, really matters. In baseball, there's so many games that you're kind of going, how was it, 160 games or whatever it is, and so it's hard to really get invested into into the teams and into the games because there's just so many of them. Basketball, you've got 82 games. It's a lot of games. And when Oklahoma City was really good, I think my guy Randy Wright of YMB and I, we probably went to 41 home games. I'd say we averaged about 25 games a year, 20 to 25, because the Thunder was so good that he and I was like, well, why are we even going to the game? Because we're going to be up 20 by halftime, and so we were like, why the hell are we even here watching the games? Because we're killing people, and all we do is sit there at the bar and get drunk. So, or not drunk, but we feel really good. So we ended up just kind of picking and choosing what games we wanted to see and what games we wanted. So that being said, my boy Drew Hinthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. What's up, my brother?
Oh man, just trying to get geared up here for this big game today. Big
Yeah,
game.
big game, bro. And I was just talking about the games last
Gotta
night,
win
man.
today.
And yeah, there's two today. Let me see. What do we have today? We have
Took two bat beats yesterday.
yeah. Well, but you have the Phillies and the Braves at 3:30 on Fox.
Been postponed due to rain.
Oh, it
It's
has.
gonna start around 7 o'clock.
Okay, and then of course you have the Padres and the Dodgers tonight at 7 on FS1.
Yep.
But I was just saying last night, Drew. I was talking about the Yankees and the Guardians. That was a decent game. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it was close, but it wasn't.
That game should be the biggest mismatch series of all of them. There's so much more talent on the Yankee side of the
Oh,
ball than there is
it
for the
really is.
Guardians.
And Garrett Cole started out a little slow, and then he got into a groove, and he made it through six. But only giving up that run in the first. The Padres and the Dodgers, that actually ended up being a better, closer game than what I thought it was going to be.
The Padres had a few chances
Yeah, they did.
to get it back, but they no timely hitting. They're really missing their superstar.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. And speaking
Tatis not being in that lineup kills them.
yeah, and then of course the Phillies. Speaking of the big
Oh,
gun, dude, Bryce is a beast,
dude,
man.
how do I get beat by a '70s mobster named Castellano that hasn't hit a home run all year, hits a home run and a double, and then makes a circus catch? I mean, Paul Castellano. I don't even know what his name is. Terrible. Single-handedly beat us yesterday.
I know, but
4 for 4, a double, a home run, and a circus catch in right field.
dude, I was saying last night, or I was saying today, last night watching. It's just something about postseason baseball. I don't know what it is. It's just
No,
electric.
it's
It's
not
electric.
always the big name that gets you. It's somebody you
Yep.
don't think about, you overlook. You don't. I mean, Freed served two balls right down the middle with 2 outs and 2 strikes, and the guy hits a home run and a double on both pitches, and then we get it to 7-6 in the ninth inning, and he slides in Willie Mays style and makes a circus catch. If not, that ball rolls all the way to the ball, and the Braves tie the game.
Yep, sure does. And then how about the Mariners and the Stros last
Yeah.
night? What a game that
Worst
was.
beat of the world. 2 outs, 2 strikes, and give up a 2-run shot
And when dude, that pitch
to a guy you didn't need to pitch to.
no, 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 you didn't. But dude, when he hit it, you knew it was gone. We were
It's so funny if you watch the replay, watch the second baseman. They go from the dugout angle, and
uh-huh.
he never even looks back. He just walks straight to the dugout. He
Yeah,
knows it's gone.
yeah, he heard it hey, the sound of the ball hitting the bat, you knew. I mean,
Exit
you
velocity
absolutely
of
knew.
114 miles an hour.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
Mm-hmm.
The stats and stuff that they have right now. But I'm gonna say this, Drew. What a game, though. I mean, I would say that to me, there's something about the postseason with baseball with the fans. I mean, all the parks, the fans
Oh
were
yeah.
rocking. The fans were
Well,
rocking in New York, rocking
and
in
then again,
Atlanta.
Major League Baseball hates the Braves, and they put us at noon. I mean, we're the defending champs, and we got to play a noon game. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Never mind. I digress. Don't even get me started.
But you still should have won the
Well,
game. You threw
the
threw
funny
your
thing
ace.
is that they people get on there and they complain about, oh, the Braves didn't sell it out. Well, because we're playing at noon. and it did sell out,
It did
but the
sell out.
crowd's not near as rowdy. It's a noon start. It's a sleepy start. It's just
Like we were
there's
talking
no
about,
reason why the defending champs should be playing at noon.
well, just like we were talking about the Tennessee LSU game playing in the day
Yeah.
instead of at night. It's a whole different atmosphere. But I say
But
this,
but Mother Nature stepped in today, so
and
we'll
saved
get
you
a night
guys.
game tonight.
Yep. And you know what though, Drew? I was saying that the crowds though I mean Atlanta,
Oh
was there, but
yeah.
the crowds in LA, the crowd in New York, the crowd uh in the Stros was
Did
just
you happen to
nuts.
see when they came on the Fox broadcast and they were going through Brooklyn on the way to the stadium? They were showing all the bars and restaurants, all the walk up from through the five bridge tunnels. It
Uh-huh.
was pretty cool. They were all just packed. And
Packed,
all they
bro.
play, everybody walking through. It was pretty cool.
Well, because it's just like, I was talking about when Thunder, it's just like when the Thunder in the playoffs. Back in the day we
Yeah.
were good, man. Thunder Alley was just crazy with people. But
But yesterday the Phillies are hot right now. They've been hot the last few weeks. They swept the Cardinals. First time Phillies won 3 straight playoff games since 2010 when they won it. So we'll see. Freed didn't pitch very well yesterday. He wasn't hitting his spots and too long accounts and just didn't put guys away when he had to. And then the Braves left 10 men in scoring position.
now
So I
that's
mean,
that's now that's something you can change.
yeah.
Hit the
And the
damn
Braves,
baseball.
and what another funny stat for you: the Braves have count them, one sacrifice bunt all year. One for all 162 games. They refused to bunt the guy over into scoring position. Cost them yesterday.
How do you what did you say one butt? One.
One sacrifice bunt all year.
Wow. Are
And
you
guess who was doing? And guess who was butting for the Phillies yesterday to get their guy in scoring position to take the lead?
Harper.
Yep.
Arguably still the best player in the game.
Yeah, but he's willing to sacrifice it and bunt his man over and get the man in scoring position. I just don't understand it.
Well, maybe
I wasn't a very happy person to be around.
Well, you know what though, Drew?
That's all right.
Hey, they won 100 games not doing it.
Yep, they did.
I mean, so
and they live by the long ball, and they almost came back and won by the long ball.
Yep. And that's Major League Baseball, though, isn't it? The long ball. I mean, that's what all the teams. That's what everything says: long ball, long ball, long ball.
I don't know if you had a chance to look at it, but I'm still baffled by it. I asked a couple people last night, why is it that the Yankees and the Astros get a day off between the two games?
Yeah,
the National League doesn't.
I don't know what that is, man.
I don't understand that at all. I mean,
I think that they did that just so they could have the games every other day. Now, that's why
they wanted.
I think they wanted to go. Okay, here is the day. Start everybody off on one day. Boom. And then go every other day.
That's a big deal for Atlanta because if you could get that day off, you could throw Freed game 4.
Well,
he only threw 50. He only threw 52 pitches yesterday.
Yeah, but Drew, they're off tomorrow.
They are off tomorrow, but then they play Saturday, Sunday.
Well, they all play Saturday, Sunday, though, don't they?
I mean, Friday, Saturday. The Braves play Friday, Saturday. They play Friday night, and then they play Saturday at 1 o'clock.
Well, but they're going to have everybody on doing the double. The National League will probably play. What would that be? Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, right now. I mean, the Braves schedule right now.
But you know what? The whole thing is
we're to it if necessary. So let's see here.
But you know what, Drew? They're not going to play. They're not going to try to compete against the NFL. They're not going to do that. That's dumb.
So the Braves play Friday at 3:30. Shocker in the afternoon. And then they play Saturday at 1 o'clock. Shocker in the afternoon. So the Braves play 4 games in 5 days.
And they're all in the afternoon.
And then if it's if necessary game Sunday at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Wow.
So 5 out of 6 days they'll be playing.
Well, I mean, they're all doing that though, aren't they?
Except for the Yankees and the Astros.
Yeah, but they're playing the same schedule. I mean, they're playing back to back. They're playing 4 games in 5 days as well, aren't they?
No, they're not. They're off. They're off tomorrow. They're off today, and then they come back on tomorrow, and then they're off Friday, and they come back on Saturday. So they're getting a day off between all the games that the National League doesn't. I don't understand. where the reasoning is.
That
in
is
that.
weird. Why would they do that?
I don't know. I've been asking anybody that might know. The only time they do play back to back is Sunday,
Wow. Well, it is the
and they are
Yankees.
competing against the NFL. There's scheduled games on Sunday. You've got Phillies Braves at 3:30, Astros Mariners at 2,
Okay. Well,
Yankees Guardians at 6, and Padres Dodgers at 8.
okay. In the afternoon, though, the Chiefs and the Bills play at 3 o'clock,
Yeah.
so nobody's watching baseball. They're going to be
Mm-hmm.
watching the Bills and Chiefs.
For me,
I mean,
but I'll
you.
have both. But
I
I'll
mean,
have both on.
but you know what I'm saying. You
I can
want to.
promise you, what I won't be watching that night is the Padres and the Dodgers on the big TV.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the nighttime game is the Cowboys Eagles. We know what you're going to have on all games are going to be on that. We already know what that's going to
So
be.
anyway, if anybody out there wants to chime in and let us know, if anybody stat guys out there, somebody can explain that to me. I've gotten zero response, and I've asked some pretty knowledgeable people
I don't think
about
anybody knows.
why that is that the National League getting a day off between their first 3 games, and the National League's playing 5 out of 6 days.
Drew, does anybody really know?
But it's a big deal.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. It makes a huge, huge difference when you look at it. So, but I'm sure. I mean, it's probably some agreement that they have, or there's a reason why we just don't know what it is. Maybe
I
we
was
can
going to
Google
call
it.
in the Al Ashback show today and ask him, see if
Well,
he knows.
Google it.
And then if he could tell me if OU's going to be bowl eligible this year, maybe he can answer that one.
Also, you.
I'll tell you what, though, they got lucky. Did you see that? KU's quarterback out for the year?
Yeah, but the backup is not bad.
Yeah, the guy's better.
No, yeah, there's no question about that. I mean, there's no
and that
question.
other guy's a running quarterback, which centers just absolutely
Cannot
when they play
defend.
running quarterback.
Cannot defend a running quarterback. And so I was listening. I forget who it was today. Joel Klatt, I think, and he was talking about how Texas easily could win the Big 12, or not easily, but they could easily win the Big 12.
Yep.
And have a chance to go to the team but the problem is they have that loss to Tech.
Yep.
If they have the loss only
loss
to
to Tech
Alabama,
hurts them.
the loss to Tech, I was like, man, the loss to Tech is going to kill them. It absolutely is going to kill them. But if they only lost to Alabama, they've got Ewers back the whole season.
Oh, 100%. They'd be in the playoffs.
They'd be in the playoffs.
And they got an outside shot, but the thing that's going to hurt Texas is who would they play in the Big 12 championship game unless it's Oklahoma State? They would have to beat Oklahoma State
twice.
You'd have 2 wins against Oklahoma State, which
I know.
Yeah, they are good wins, but you know as well as I do, the committee, when you beat someone twice, they don't give you the credit as they do if you with a revenge win. If you know what I mean.
And it's just like you and I had talked about that it makes a huge difference. That makes a huge difference. Well, I'm sorry, I was looking at text. It makes a huge difference when a team plays somebody twice. But how do you know? How do you avoid that? You know what I'm saying? It's like Alabama and Georgia are going to probably play each other twice. Well, maybe
if they play in the SEC championship game and then like they did last year.
Yeah. Well, they don't play each other this year, except they play each other in the SEC.
No, I'm saying they play SEC championship game, but then they played again in the national championship game.
Yeah,
last year.
Yeah, last year. Yeah, because they don't play each other this year, do they? During the regular season.
And Alabama needs to not worry about SEC championship. They worry about Tennessee.
They better worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need to worry about them, and
that's the game of the day right there.
And you know what? I like it too. I mean, I'm interested to see what's going to happen with that game. What time is that game anyway?
2:30.
Oh, is
CBS.
It?
Yep. Same time as LSU game.
Oh wow. Well, which one are you going to be watching? Both?
I'm both on.
What a shock, bro! You're gonna have them both on.
Yep.
You're cracking me up with that stuff. But let me see. What are we gonna do? Oh, I know I was gonna say, Drew. When I looked at the bracket, which I've just pulled up on my thing, and the Yankees and the Stros look like they're gonna head towards each other, right?
Looks like it. Yep.
And Atlanta, I still think Atlanta will beat Philly. Don't you agree?
Today's a big win. If they win today, I think they will.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you can't go down 2-0. And,
Uh-uh.
I mean, you can.
And another thing, which I don't know why I'm not up to date on all this, but when did they move the NLDS to a 5 game series and not a 7 game series? Is it because we added the three best out of three in the wild card?
Yep.
I don't like that either. That hurts the team that just won the division.
Yep.
Now you can get beat in a 3 game series.
Yeah. I don't know why they did that. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know why they did
that
that.
really surprised me. I could have sworn it was a 7 game series, but it's just 5.
Yes, 5.
So I mean, you go down 2, you're in trouble.
Yep. You're only 1 game away with 3 to play. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not good. But, I think that they just, like you said, when they added that extra deal in there, you have to cut off some games somewhere. Right?
But to me, that only hurts the team that won the division all year.
Yeah, to me,
Because now you sit back, you're a week off, you're going to be rusty, and Braves looked rusty yesterday.
Yeah,
it's
they
not an
did.
excuse. It's just saying that the bats looked rusty. The pitching was fine; they looked rested, but the bats were not there. Timing was off, and Philly, who had been playing all week, just stepped in right just like where they left off with the
Yep.
Cardinals, and just kept swinging the bats.
Well, but you know what,
Yeah.
though? You had talked about you thought that Philly's pitching, that Atlanta would handle that, and they did not.
They did not.
They did not
Until
handle
later,
it.
they actually did all right. They loaded the bases 3 times and couldn't get a hit. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
I digress.
I'm
It
sure.
was a bad day. It was a long, painful day to end with some '70s mobster making a circus catch in the outfield.
You're just not gonna let that go, are you, bro?
Oh my goodness! Never even heard of that guy. I've never even heard of that guy before.
That's
And
funny.
he goes 4 for 4 with 3 runs batted in a circus catch.
You're you're cracking me.
I guarantee he goes 0 for tonight.
Yeah,
I bet you a beer he goes 0 for 4 tonight.
I bet you're right on time. Right on time. That being said, we want to thank our sponsors at Collaborative Logic. If you want to come in and you need them to streamline your offices with software and write some software specifically for you, they can do that and get those algorithms down for you to make everything run smoothly in your office. Or if you need computers or network setups or anything like that, those are the people that you want to contact. You can holler at my guy Mark Long over at SRB if you have any engineering, surveying, or planning needs. They are the people that you need to talk to. Oak Grove Trucking, of course, with his
Where's my shirt?
Boy, you're a mess with him. Jose, I know he's got your shirt coming, so I know because I saw him the other night. Then Greg and Max Nafee at Nafco, and last but not least, Y&B, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank to make things happen.
Yes, they do. They are an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC. And if you can pre-qualify online for any loans, and that's any kind of loans that Nathan Taylor let us know about, and you can do that online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com.
Go in there and see Carolyn, Carson, Randy, Sable, any member of my family. They'll help you out.
Say any of them, huh? And then don't forget Joe.
Yeah, Joe Horn. He might be hiding in his office. You might peek around the corner.
Yeah. As soon as you come in the door that side, he's right there to the left, so you can't miss him. He's got that corner office. Used to be our boy Jan's office.
Yeah.
Boy, that was good times back in the day, brother. We had a good time. Okay, so let's get into some news right now, Drew. NBA.
Did you already talk about the Thunder? Am I too late for the Thunder conversation?
No, we haven't gotten into it yet. No.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Draymond, he was fined, but not suspended, and he will rejoin.
Well, I mean,
he's going to rejoin them
It did
tomorrow.
happen in practice, and we're not privy to what was said before and why he hit him. And granted, you can't just haul up and hit somebody.
Well, this is the deal. When you watch the video, Drew, everybody is looking. Nobody's, they heard it, and nobody's paying attention to it because it's just whatever. And you can see
jawing at each other.
Yeah, and you can see Draymond walk across over there to him, and Jordan just pushes him away and turns his head like, "Man, get off me!" You can just, say, "Man, get off me, man, get away from me, man." And he just went boom, So
he lived by the rule that I live by because a guy like me got punched like that once in five. You don't. If somebody pushes you, you don't push back.
right, yes, you
You get
swing.
pushed, the next thing you're catching is a right.
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
But Jordan turned away from him because it's practice. You're not gonna, Drew. You're not gonna think, oh God, on your team's gonna hit you like that, sucker punch you
No,
in
you're not.
practice. You're
It was a
not. That's the
sucker punch.
last thing you think. That's the last. Now in a bar, yes. Out in
Yes.
public, yes. But doing practice,
Right.
you're not thinking this guy's gonna
We're
hit
talking
me.
about practice.
Yeah, we're talking about practice. You're not thinking this guy's gonna punch me. So,
Right.
but anyway, I think that there's Steve Kerr said that this is the worst thing that he's ever been involved in. And I think
Wow. And that's coming from someone who got punched by Mike.
yeah, but that was a total different deal. And if we got to go back 20 years to talk about
Right.
that as a rival, that tells you right there that doesn't really happen. But uh, anyway, so I think there's a rift between the younger guys and the older guys. That's what I think it is.
Well, yeah. Did you see when the next day in practice, all the old heads from Golden State came in and were making sure he was all right, and you had all the Matt Barneses of the world all coming in and checking on him. I thought that was pretty telling.
Yeah, that was because they know.
Yeah.
And,
They know that Draymond's days are numbered, and Poole is the future.
Full is the future, and then look at you got Kaminga, you got Wiggins who can go. I mean, dude, they got Wiseman, they got a squad, bro. They got some youngsters. They've got some youngsters, and to me, it's just really simple. I think Draymond he ran off Kevin Durant because he was no longer mentioned in the big three. They it was Steph, Clay, Kevin, or Kevin, Clay, Kevin, Steph, Clay. He was no mention at all. Kevin goes back, and all of a sudden it's the big three again. Now it's Jordan Poole. Okay, so I think that Draymond is pissed because A, he's getting left off to now that he's being a forgotten. B, Jordan Poole is getting ready to get paid. Wiggins is going to get paid. He's not supposed to get paid the next year. And then everybody says he's going to be a Laker. I don't want him in a Laker.
No, I don't either.
I mean, what's he going to do? Yeah, you're going to rebound or whatever. You can do all the dirty work. Yeah, I get that, but I don't want you there either.
Nope.
I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I don't either at all.
I don't want him there. So that's just me. That's just kind of my opinion on that. But I don't want him there. But Drew, when you think about it, I just go, bro, what you basically done is all the young guys are going to be pissed now because they're like, really, nothing's going to happen to him. He sucker punched our boy, and you just because he's Draymond, he been here. That's what you're going to do. I mean, really? And you haven't re-signed Poole yet.
It'll be something to watch what Kerr does with the lineup. You know what I mean? Like does he intentionally, leave Draymond out in big moments of the games in the early part of the season? Well, coming down the stretch, does he not? Does he limit his minutes? Well, I'll be interested to see what he does.
The best thing in the world he could have done was what he did in the playoffs: set his butt down.
Yeah, we said that too. He can't shoot.
I mean, I got to sit him down. I think Draymond's time is limited there. They're tired of his antics. And to be honest, Drew, he's not the future. The future are those three guys that we just talked about, Poole, Kuminga, and Wiseman. That's your future.
He's got maybe, 1, 2 competitive years left in him?
He's 32.
Yeah, so 34, he's done.
Right.
I mean, he's not the most athletic, gifted player in the world. He's a bruiser.
Yeah, he is. He's your enforcer. There's no question. But
and enforcers normally don't go much longer than about 12, 13 years.
And you know what, Drew? Let's face it. He cost them by kicking LeBron in the nuts.
Cost him a title.
Yep. And people are like, oh, they can't. I go, bro, they had smashed them by 20 points in the 3 previous ones.
It was over.
It was over.
It was over.
And I said, by him doing that, then he had to completely change how he played in games 6 and 7 because one more deal, he was done. So he couldn't do anything. But for him to be dirty, and I remember when he kicked Steven Adams in the nuts here in Oklahoma City, I was like, "What are you doing?" But that was him. I mean, he grabbed what's our boy for the Celtics? Remember he tried to pull his pants down.
Oh yeah, Marcus Smart.
No. Oh God, what's it? Oh, the other guy. Not
Jason
Tatum,
Tatum.
but the other one. Oh man.
Man, you're making me know too many Celtics that I
Well,
don't
but
even
you know
feel
what?
right
But there's
naming
only
their team.
three. They only have three. And we named two of the three, so they only got three. But anyway, he tried to pull his pants down. So I just think Draymond's his antics. I think,
Brown.
yeah. So I think that his antics, Drew, are wearing thin on Steve Kerr.
Jaylen Brown is his name.
Jaylen Brown. I think that he has made him slick. That's what I think.
And
I think Steve
and
Kerr's
I'm
done.
with you. Do not bring him to LA.
No, I don't want him. I don't want Westbrook either. But you know what? Whatever LeBron wants,
Yeah.
he thinks he's a Laker. You're not a Laker, LeBron. You're never going to be a Laker. By the way, I'm wearing my Kobe hat, the Legend
I like
24. I'm wearing that today. So, but anyway, and then in the other NBA news, GM survey, rookie that will be the best player in 5 years.
Best player, Jason Tatum.
No. Rookie. The rookies. This year's
best
rookies.
rookie.
Yeah. Banchero, 31%. In the next 5 years. It said which one of these five? Pilo, Chet, Jaden Ivey, Jabari, Keegan.
I mean, it's for surely Banchero.
Yeah, 31%.
He'll be the best. Yeah.
Chet, 28%.
Boy, that's high.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Jaden Ivey, 14%. Jabari, 14%. And Keegan at 7%.
What'd you think about Jaden Ivey last night?
He's a beast, dude.
Mm-hmm.
He
can go. They quietly have a nice little starting five.
Yes, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
I watched the first half of it, and I was like, man, these guys are athletic. They can go.
And they're young, Drew. They're all 1 and 2, third? He got one guy in his third year,
I think their oldest guy is like third or fourth year in the league.
Yeah.
The first 10 they start.
And I mean, they got a squad, and Cade is the truth.
Mm-hmm.
He is the absolute truth.
He's going to get better and better when he gets better players around him.
Yep, that's for sure. But yeah, he's Jaden Ivey, like you and I talked about. We really, really liked him. Really, really liked him the whole time. So I just.
Did you see an injury report on Bagley? I haven't seen one.
No, I have not seen it yet. No, I have not seen that yet. I have not seen it yet. But anyway,
they got Jaden Duran. I mean, they Buddy Boeheim's on that team. I mean, they got some decent little guys. They got good shooters.
The question is, will they be able to gel as a group? That's the key to that to the Pistons and what they're going to do. So, and speaking of the Thunder, what do you think about that?
I mean, they played pretty good last night. I mean, Obviously it's still preseason, but I thought they competed well. It was good to see them play against some NBA guys, and not these exhibition games against foreigners and Mormon Tabernacle Choir for the Blind or whoever they were playing.
Yeah, but I couldn't even talk about the game the other day, dude. 140.
It was just good to watch to see what they look like against other NBA guys. To me, they look pretty good.
Yeah, I tell you this, I like our team, and when I saw the first game, I was like, you know what, this team's not bad. I mean, Drew, it's not bad, but. Once that
Lou Dort getting 16 points is always going to help you.
Yeah, but you know what? He needs to average, 14 to 16. That's why I don't want him my second lead scorer. I want Josh to step up and be the second lead scorer. That's what I want.
Right.
Oklahoma City's not going to, but the problem with Josh, he's not an alpha. He's just not, and I was talking to these guys the other night, and they were like, well, if we traded Shea, we'd have Chet and Josh. I was like, Oklahoma City would win 20 games. The hell is wrong with you? You have no alpha. You have nobody who could go get you a bucket consistently at the end of the game. That is Shea. If you need a bucket at the end of the quarter, the end of the game, that's Shea. That's not Josh. That's certainly for sure as hell ain't Chet. I said, you're tripping, but they want to go get Ben Yawame or whatever. And I'm like, dude, so you want to have 2 7-footers. I mean, what is wrong with you? You got one. That's enough. Now, is Ben Yawame better? Yeah, he's He's 7'4". He can shoot a three. He's got a nice touch. He's got a nice little game. But once again, he can't take anybody off the dribble.
Yeah.
He's too tall. And I keep trying to explain that to people. I said, when you're tall, you can't take people off the dribble. Kevin Durant will
Yep.
take you off the dribble in spots, but he's mainly couple bounces, get you lean and pull up. That's what Kevin Durant does. Couple dribbles, pull up.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he does because he knows he's not going to be able to take you off the dribble. It's just not going to happen. So, but anyway, I like what the Thunder is. The first game's a week from today, bro.
Yeah, I
The
mean
19th.
that right now, that system they had last night, you get 16 out of Dort, 16 out of Giddy, 16 out of Williams, 12 out of Mann,
Yep.
15 out of Baisley, 13 out of Dang, 11 out of Paluski. I mean,
And
right
Shea,
there,
and
if
Shea
you can
ain't
get
there.
that kind of, yeah, and he ain't there. If you can get 15, 20 out of him and get 20 out of him a night, and those guys score like that.
Like I
That's a
tell
good
people,
team.
you need to get 25 out of Shea. You need to get about 18.
But I think you could get by with getting 22 or 23 out of him if these guys could, if
Just
you get
step up.
16 out of Lou Dort.
Well, he averaged 17 last year.
Yeah, I mean, he continues to do that, especially with Giddy get one more year under his belt.
Yep. I just said I think you need to be him about 20. You need to be SJ about 25, so he's just solidified as your guy. Then you need to have Josh about 18, 19 a game. You need to have Dort about 16. You need to have Trey coming off the bench with, because he averaged 10 last year, 12 points a game. And then you get everybody else averaging 10, 11, 12 points a game right in there with it. So if you've got five guys averaging double figures, with Shea at 25, Josh at 18, 19, Lou at 14 or 16, and then, him at 12, and then one or two guys at 9 or 10. You know what I'm saying? Who come off the bench. That's going to be the key. But like I said last year, you have to have either Josh or SJ on the court at all times.
Yep.
You have to have one or the other. You can't have them both sitting down. Oklahoma City has no continuity and no scoring if you don't have both of those on. So, but anyway, let's talk about your picks, Drew. Drew Henthorne, Husker Drew picks. You got your Braves minus 145 tonight.
Yeah, I got to have 22-game winner on the mound. Kyle Wright should be all right. It's a night game now. Should get settled down. They're in the playoffs. They just got to, need some timely hitting. He's 3-0 against the Phillies this year, so I look for him to continue his winning ways against them. I like the Braves to score some runs tonight too.
Yeah, you had the over 7.5, which you won that. You won that last night. No, you didn't.
Yep.
You lost, wasn't it? Yankees only scored 5.
Yankees didn't go over.
Yeah, it was that. But anyway, you got the Braves over 7.5 tonight.
Yep.
That should do that again. What was it last night? 14? 13?
Say that again.
What was it last night? 13 runs?
Yeah, 13.
13. Padres plus 200.
Yeah, I'm kind of going against the grain tonight against the Dodgers. They're throwing their ace. The Padres are, and so are the Dodgers.
Yeah, they got Kershaw.
Yep. So we'll see. I just that's plus 200 is a nice chunk of change to get that kind of pitcher on the mound. So it's good value.
Yep.
It's not so much that I'm just enamored with the Padres and think that they're this great team. They're going to beat the Dodgers, but if you can get plus 200 with that guy on the mound, then it's tough to turn down. Let's see what it's still to. Let me see what it's 190 now. So that is going down. So you Darvish is getting some money coming in.
Yeah. Sounds like it anyways, doesn't it?
Yep.
And then, okay, NFL news, bro, which is just crazy. Okay. I mean, what is our world coming to with these people? Dude, you know what I'm saying? What is anyway, the Kansas City Police Department are going to charge Devontae Adams for misdemeanor assault of the photographer. He's
a joke.
He's cited for an intentional overt act that inflicted bodily injury. The guy suffered a whiplash, headache, and possible minor concussion. And when you go back and you look at the video, he's got his head down. The photographer has his head down, and he's running right into him. And
he fell on his butt.
He pushed him down. So, this guy's just looking for some money. And the whole thing is that guy needs his credentials taken. And if he's working for the NFL, he won't be working for the NFL anymore. If he's working for the NFL and you're charging a player, that guy ain't working for the NFL no more. He better be an independent, by himself photographer, and he may not get any more credentials. If you sue a player, you file a charge against a player, you may not get any more credentials to come on the court or field again. Don't you think, Drew?
Yeah, 100%.
I would.
If he goes after it and sues him, I don't see how he keeps his credentials with the NFL.
Yeah,
I'm with you.
yeah, he's done 100%. Cowboys starting Cooper,
Yep, we call that.
and I have no issues with that whatsoever, Drew. You know what I'm saying? I think you wait, and like you said, they need to excuse me, wait till after the bye for Dak.
Yeah. Well, 100%. I mean, and the reports coming out of Dallas are Dak can't throw the ball. He still can't grip the football right.
Right.
Well, if he can't spin the ball, then he can't be quarterback.
No, he can't.
Pretty simple. I mean,
it's not rocket science.
And he's a pocket passer now. Now the old Dak, you could say, okay, let's run him out there. It really doesn't matter because we're not a pocket passer. You know, he can run with his feet. But now he can't even do that.
He can't even do that.
He's not running. So and he refuses to run. So now he's going to have to be 100% to bring him back. And I'm with you. He is the starter when he comes back, but he's got to be 100%.
I agree 100. He's got to be. I mean, he's
no excuses. He's got to be able to go out there, and there's no pain when you're spinning the ball. There's no having to go ice your hand down for 2 days and miss all the practice the next week because you played
the week
Sunday.
before. Yeah. Well, you know what? What are their schedule? What do they have?
They got the Eagles, Bears, Lions bye week.
Yep. So really, if you
should go 2-1, they should go 2-1
or 3-0,
and then get to the bye week, and then he comes back in his first game. I'll tell you. Hold on a second here. His first game would be. Pull it up real quick.
I was sitting there thinking.
So you got Philly on Sunday, and then you go the next Sunday, and you got Detroit in Dallas for a noon start, and then the next Sunday you got Chicago in Dallas a noon start, and then you got a bye week, and then you're at Green Bay. You come back, and your first game's at Green Bay, who has 0 pass rush.
Yep, and you know what? The Cowboys could. I mean, dude.
They should be 6. They should be 6-2 going into the bye week.
Minimum.
Yeah.
Minimum. They should be 6-2. But didn't we call that when we were looking at the thing? We thought that's where they would be, right? At the beginning of the year.
Yeah, I think I had them at 7-1 or 6-2, and you had them at 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3. Yeah.
I think you had them getting beat by the Rams.
Yes.
And Philly.
Yes.
You might have had them at 6-2 with me.
That's all I had. That's all I had them getting beat by.
Yep.
I had them getting beat by.
I mean, if you look at that schedule now, I mean, coming back at Green Bay is a winnable game.
I had them getting beat by the Bengals too. So that was 5-3.
Yeah, 5-3.
Yeah.
And then at Green Bay, at Minnesota, their first 2 games back.
That's gonna be tough.
Yeah, and then they come home for the Giants, Colts, and Giants, Colts, Texans, Jaguars would be their next 4.
Wow.
So I mean, they should win all 4 of those games. Let's say they split Green Bay, Minnesota. I mean, they very easily could be 10-3 going into the Philly game on Christmas Eve.
Yep, easily going into that. Going into that. And I think, the Cowboys, but the whole thing is they have to stay committed to the run. Agreed?
100. That's why everybody's so happy with them. It's not so much they're happy with Cooper Rush, which I think some of it is that, but that's for another discussion. But they're happy that Dallas is running the football.
Right, running the
offense.
Football. Yes.
And not freaking throwing it on 3rd and 2. So
I have nothing to say to that because it was ugly what they were doing. I agree 100%. I just didn't understand that at all. I'm like, look, because Jerry goes, we're going to go through Zeke. No, you're going to go through Tony Pollard.
Yeah.
That's who you're going to go through. You're not going through Zeke.
You're going to put them both in the backfield and then get Dalton Schultz healthy, and that offensive line's coming around. Run the ball.
Run the ball.
You got the best defense, one of the best defenses in the league. And you play to your strengths. Keep that defense off the field, run the football.
Oh, I agree. Now, what we talked about, that's what we're talking about NFL tomorrow night, Prime Video. You were talking about how they had all those games, and I told you there's some games on there that nobody's going to watch. Nobody's watching this game, the Commanders and Bears.
Yeah, nobody. It's terrible. I got a buddy going to that game, too. I actually paid money to go to that game.
Yeah, me too. I got friends that they drove from Oklahoma City. They left yesterday to go to that game. I'm like,
and
what?
The Bears, Thursday night.
Yeah. Over under 38, and it's PK.
Under. I'm going to take Bears plus the 1 and the under the 38.
Well, they had, at least you got one. I had pick 'em. That's the one that they had right now on the odds. They had to pick 'em.
Yeah, I read that Carson Wentz is bad, and the Bears are a better football team at home, and they run the ball pretty well, and Redskins can't stop the run.
Yeah, what was it that they've thrown? What is it? 10 touchdowns for the year and 5 whatever 10 touchdown passes this year.
Mm-hmm.
Something stupid.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's it.
Carson Wentz is a shell of himself.
He really is. You know what though? The whole thing is that I think that what happened to him in Indiana just beat him up. You know what I'm saying, Drew? I think it hurt him what they did to him in Indiana, because to me he wasn't playing that bad.
No,
you know what I'm saying? He wasn't playing bad at all. I mean, I didn't think so.
No,
I thought.
I'm not a big Carson Wentz guy, but yeah. I thought he played decent last year.
But let's face it, Jim Irsay, after that, I mean, he was atrocious when they should have won the game last year in the playoffs. He was really, 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 really bad, Drew. That game. Yep. He was awful. I don't know who was worse, him or Kyler Murray in his playoff game. Yep. So I don't know who was the worst between those two going into it. So, but anyway, got anything else, brother?
Man, just going into the night, we got a nice little slate of baseball games tonight.
Yep.
And big weekend of college football. Might be the best weekend today of college football. So definitely take a look at HuskerDrewPicks.com and get on board. We have had 3 winning weekends in a row, so back on track.
Yeah, I have my college games to watch this week are Penn State, Michigan.
Gonna be a great game.
Kansas. In fact, I got invited to the OU Kansas game. I find out from what time I'm working Saturday. The game's at 11, so I find out what time I'm working on that to go to the game.
Our attorney lost some tickets to me this morning.
Oh, he did.
I put it on them as well. So you're not the only one.
You talk about John and Mike.
Yeah, they all took L's today.
Dude, how was John Conrad?
It was all right. The greens were nice. Fairways were decent, but all around it was goat farm.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm glad I didn't get out. I could not make it, bro. My birthday deal last night.
It was a little rough around that. I tell you what, I shot right at a 90, and I probably left 9 strokes out there just from not being able to get underneath the ball on the side and around the greens.
Uh-huh.
Just towing balls and coming down too hard and chili dipping stuff. And I'm just spoiled, man. Omaha spoiled me.
Oh, did it?
Golf.
Well, we got to play Lincoln West, though. You'll be fine there. You can get under the ball there.
I'm supposed to play out at Cedar Valley on Saturday morning early.
Well, you can have that all you want. I don't want nothing to do with that place. I don't want anything to do with it. But anyway, we have Alabama, Tennessee. I think Tennessee is going to give Bama all they want. Don't you, Drew?
I do, but as well as I do, that Alabama plays big in these games, and I think they set that quarterback last week, and I think they've just been watching film on Tennessee. So,
yeah,
I would say, let me look and see what we got there right now. I think Bama is let me look here. Alabama is an 8-point favorite at Tennessee.
Yeah, They just think Nick Saban will take care of business against
Well,
Josh.
Tennessee's defense isn't the greatest,
Nope.
and I can tell you what you're going to get from Alabama is a heavy dose of quarterback run, heavy dose of that tailback, some tight end work, and they'll just methodically. They're not going to let Tennessee get away from them.
No, they're not. Oklahoma State, TCU.
Going to be a great game.
I
It's going to
agree.
be great.
It's gonna be weird. I mean, I agree with North Carolina State, Syracuse.
What is it with TCU? Boy, they're taking a lot of heat, taking two quarterbacks out, accusing them of dirty play. I was reading this article last night that they put two quarterbacks in the Big 12 out and one of their early non-contests knocked the quarterback out of that game too. I don't know if that's just sour grapes or there's something to it.
Well, if Spencer Sanders gets hurt, then we know there's something to it. I think that's kind of how that's going to be. NC State, Syracuse.
Yeah, I don't have much interest in it. Syracuse. I mean, NC State should win that game.
Agree 100%. USC, Utah.
Gonna be a great one. I really wish Utah would have beat UCLA last week. That one would have meant a lot more. But I still think it's going to be a good game. I'm kind of leaning towards Utah. That just kind of be what they do is drop one and then win one.
Yeah, what are they, 23 and 2 in the last since 2017, 2018 at home?
That's a night game, too, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a night game. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah, Utah's favored by 4.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I can't wait to see that.
Clemson, Florida State's a night game. That's a good game.
Yep.
That's a sneaky game, too. Watch out for Florida State in that matchup.
I agree. That's why I put it on there. Then, of course, Mississippi State and Kentucky. Man, that's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and Kentucky's back at full strength now, too.
Yep, that's going to be a good game. And then, of course, I had to throw in James Madison and Georgia Southern.
What about North Carolina Duke?
I didn't throw that in there. I didn't throw that in there. I didn't think you really wanted me to put that in there. I mean, did you really want to put North Carolina Duke football?
We own Duke in every sport, so.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I really do. I'm not going to be watching North Carolina Duke in football.
No, probably not.
I'm just telling you right now, I'm not watching that game. So right now I'm trying to go to Norman, trying to see if I can go do that, and I find out today if I'm going to go there because the Sooners, of course, have only lost 2 games. Then when I've gone to a game, they lost to Kansas State and to Notre Dame. Are the only 2 games they've lost since I've been going there. So we'll see how that.
Well, is that an 11 a.m. start?
Yep. It sure is. That's what jacked me around. If it had been 6 o'clock, I'd have been in, or 3:30, I'm in. But 11 o'clock, I told them, I told my guy Dave Dirtuff, I said, man, I don't know if I can make it because it depends on what time my games are. Plus, you got to meet at his house at 9 o'clock and then have, Bloody Marys before we go down to the game. And they take one of the buses or whatever. They've got a little van or whatever driver that drives them down, parks right in front of the stadium, right across the street on the east little parking slot there, go up to the suites. So, but we'll see how it's going to work and see what's going to happen. So, but anyway, brother, hey, I appreciate you. I'm excited about it tomorrow. We get to talk about the NFL. Talk about that wonderful game tomorrow. God.
Yeah, you know what? It's football. We wouldn't be complaining about it.
No, I know, but Drew, God, bro, I'm just not even excited about it at all.
Yeah.
I mean, but there's going to be some Thursday night games. And, when I said that, I'm like, why would you even put these 2 teams on a Thursday night?
It's like how many good ones have we had? You know what I'm saying? Before that.
Well, they've all been good before that.
We're due a clunker.
Yep. It's going to be. I pulled up. I had their schedule on my thing. What the games they're going to have on Thursday nights. But it's just, it's brutal, brother. It's going to be brutal. I'm pretty sure we'll be. I'm going to have to watch the game, or you and I have to watch the game so we can talk about it on Friday on the show. So we'll have to watch it. But still, am I going to be excited about it? No, I'm not going to be excited about it at all. Anything else you want to talk about?
Man, I think I'm good. Like I said, it's Tomahawks out tonight. Here we go. We got to have it.
You got to have it. Good luck to your Braves, my brother, and I hope they get it done. And remember, the other games tonight are Padres and Dodgers at 7:30. And of course, it's at 7.
I'm just reading here, and and it's looking like 7 to 8 o'clock is when the Braves will start.
You said 7 to 8 o'clock is when the Braves game is going to be
They
on?
have to get it in tonight because they're scheduled to play Friday. I guess they could play tomorrow in Atlanta and then play Friday in Philadelphia, but that would give you 0 travel day. You just have to go in just like they do in the regular season. So
Yep, I don't know if they'd do that. I don't. Not in the playoffs. Well, it's just going to depend if Atlanta wins. They've got to. I mean, the Braves got to win. Don't you agree?
yeah, 100%. They have to win today.
Yeah.
You don't want to try to win 3 in a row. Not when you're going to play. Not when you're facing Aaron Nola and Poppleton down the road. So.
Well, because a lot of it, Drew, though, is that I mean, I agree with you. I don't understand the schedule on how they're doing it. I don't get that at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why
everybody in the chat is all up in arms about what this deal is and why the American League is getting a bye.
Yeah, it makes 0 sense, does it?
Yeah, I don't understand
it. Makes none. I don't even.
Obviously, it's above my pay grade.
Above your pay grade, is it?
Yeah,
I love it. All right, well, hey, brother, I'll holler at you manana, and we'll see what happens. And good luck to your Braves. I will be watching them and doing my tomahawk deal for them. Hopefully, they will get it done tonight, my brother.
All right, man. HuskerDrewPicks.com. Go Big Red.
You wearing me out with that shit, man. You really are. Killing me with it. All right, brother. Peace out. That's my guy, Drew Henthorn of HuskerDrewPicks.com. He's been on fire lately. Go ahead and check him out, and especially for this coming weekend, what his picks are going to be for this weekend. Go ahead and check it out and see what he's got available early for you to make some money, because that's what, if you've been following his picks, you would have known that he is making money for people all day, all week long. And if you've been following him, you are on a winning streak. He's up like at 60-something%. I know with his wins. So that's pretty good that you are making money full show. That being said, everybody